This episode contains themes that may be disturbing to some listeners, including psychological trauma, violence, and emotional distress. Listener discretion is strongly advised. I don't know if I'm the right person to tell this. I'm not a cop. I'm not a hero. I'm just a guy who saw something I wasn't supposed to see. My name's Colin Mercer. I started college in the fall of '98. It was a last-minute acceptance to a university I hadn't even heard of until the envelope showed up. I didn't care. I just wanted out. My parents live across the country, in Arizona. I came all the way up here to this cold little town with one suitcase, no car, and 0 people waiting for me. I didn't really talk to anyone my first semester. No friends, no girlfriend, just my Walkman and a stack of notebooks I didn't want to write in. They put me in a dorm no one wanted. Top floor of a half-empty building they were supposed to tear down next year. Room 602. Smelled like mildew and pine cleaner. That was around the time the rumors started. Someone said a girl had gone missing from off-campus housing. Then another. And another. 3 in 2 months. People started whispering about it in lecture halls, dining commons. Flyers went up with faces on them. The usual stuff. Be careful walking at night. Don't go alone. What made it worse was the pattern. The girls who went missing, their bodies were usually found a few days later, always in the same condition, wrapped in black plastic, mouths taped shut, and fingernails torn like they'd clawed at something. Some people said the killer liked rivers, that he cleansed them first, whatever that meant. I won't lie. It creeped me out. I'd walk a little faster at night, keep my headphones down low, but I didn't obsess over it. Not really. It felt like something distant, something that happened to other people. So I went to class, ate bad food, hid out in my dorm, and I told myself I was safe. Then one morning, I was late to class, again, and I took the shortcut through the maintenance corridor behind the science building. That's when I bumped into her, literally. I turned a corner too fast and slammed right into someone. Books flew, she cursed. I muttered something like sorry and scrambled to pick up her stuff. She looked at me like she was trying to figure out if I was weird or just awkward. Probably both. You always knock people over on Wednesdays? I blinked. I think I said something about gravity. She laughed. I didn't know people actually laughed like that. Soft, real, no judgment. We walked the rest of the way together. Turns out she was in my Psych 201 class, sat 2 rows down. I'd never noticed her before, but once I saw her, I couldn't unsee her. Black combat boots, faded green army jacket, a streak of blue in her hair. She wore a silver necklace with a little bird charm on it. Said it was her mom's. She told me her name was Marissa. We started walking to class together after that. Then lunch. Then study sessions that didn't really involve much studying. She made fun of my music taste. I pretended not to be scared of hers. We talked about dreams, about getting out of town. She said she wanted to study abnormal psych, maybe work in forensic profiling one day. One night, sitting under one of the busted street lamps outside the dorms, she brought up the killings. Do you think it's real? The guy they say is taking girls? I shrugged, said something stupid like, I try not to think about it. She nodded, real slow. Then she said, yeah, but that's when they get you, when you stop thinking about it. I didn't know what to say to that. She looked at me for a long time after, then smiled. Want to get out of here Friday night? Just walk? Clear our heads? I said yes before I could think, and for the first time in a long time, I felt like maybe I wasn't alone. The last night I saw her, we were walking near the edge of campus. It was cold. One of those nights where the sky is clear but feels too wide. There's this little trail that cuts behind the science building, trees on both sides, dead quiet. We walked it a lot. I told her I needed to pee. Real smooth, I know. I stepped into the trees. When I came back, she was gone. There were drag marks in the frost, a shoe lying sideways, and standing at the end of the trail was someone, not running, not panicked, just watching me. They wore a coat too big for their frame, hood up, something glinting in their hand, a knife. Maybe something else. I don't know. I didn't run at first. I looked for her. I called her name. I followed the trail through the woods until it stopped at the creek. Then I ran. I reported it. Police searched. I searched. I skipped class and wandered the woods with a flashlight and a kitchen knife. They found Marissa's body in the river 3 days later, wrapped in black plastic, her fingernails torn, mouth taped shut. Her necklace was missing. I broke something inside when I saw the news. I didn't cry. I didn't scream. I just sat in the shower for hours, the water ice cold, trying to scrub away the image of that coat, that stare, that final night. And the worst part? I was angry. Angry at the killer. Angry at myself. Angry I didn't do more, didn't stop it. A week later, there was a note on my dorm door, typed, like on a typewriter. Should have kept your mouth shut. I brought it to campus security. They said it was probably a prank. I started keeping a knife under my pillow. Then the phone calls started. This was 98. No smartphones. No caller ID. Just that dry rattle of a dorm phone ringing at 2 a.m. Every time I picked up, breathing, long, shaky. Sometimes it whispered, "You saw me." Once it said my name. I stopped sleeping, started skipping class, left campus only when I had to. I started seeing Marissa's boots in the corner of my room at night, her necklace on my desk. I'd blink, and they'd be gone. One night, someone jiggled the handle on my door. I froze, didn't breathe. Knife in hand, blanket pulled up to my chin like it would help. A click. The handle turned, then stopped. They never came in, but they didn't leave either. They stood there. I could hear it. Breathing. Shifting weight on the old wooden floors. After 15 minutes, I called out. Just a whisper. "Who's there?" No answer. Then, footsteps, backward, slowly fading. I didn't wait for another message. I packed what I could. One night I just left. Hopped a train. Didn't even tell my parents. Transferred to a new school across the country. Sunny coastal California. New name, new dorm, new life. I kept my head down. I graduated. I made it through. Sometimes I even smile again. I met someone new last month. She's smart, kind. Reminds me of Marissa, but she's her own person. I didn't tell her anything. Not yet. Yesterday I checked my mailbox. There was a letter inside, no return address. Inside of the letter was typed. She looks like the last one. This has been Dead Static. New episodes every Tuesday and Friday. You can run far, but they always find a way.